What's going on, Jerome's? So it wasn't pretty. It was actually quite ugly. So ugly, it was oogly, but still a winner. And ugly but a winner is literally how my life is described. That's literally a description of my life. Ooh, the Niners. Oh my God, they missed. Oh my God. All right, so just watching the end of the Browns and Niners game, Niners just blew it. Let's go. I mean, the Niners are beatable, and I understand that this win or this loss is probably going to galvanize them, but also they have injuries, and the Niners can get got. That's right. That's right, man. So, but the Vikings, recapping Sunday's action, it's one of those spots where the Vikings finally got some puck luck go their way. They finally got some turnovers go their way, even though some of their turnovers were also foobar. Kirk made some big mistakes today. Today was not Kirk's best game, and the offense did struggle against a very bad defense, but a win is a win is a win. The Vikings are 2-4. They're 1-0 in division, which is important, and also they still won on the road, which is great. Actually, the Vikings have only won on the road this year. So we're going to go through the winners and losers from the game. Losers are the Cricket Chicago Bears. Yeah, but also, they may have found their quarterback of the future, Tyson Bagent, and that's not really an exaggeration. Like Bagent looked comfortable back there. He has it. I liked him in the draft process coming out of Shepherd. Honestly, if the Vikings would have taken him in the 7th round, even if they would have taken Hall, go ahead, man. But also, big time plug. Thank you, Jerome's. Margaret's fundraiser. She's crushed it again. I think she's going to win her sticker book again. And you guys have been great. And everything through Wednesday, either in the super chats or Venmo, and we also have PayPal and other ways. If you have one of the other methods, shoot me an email. You've crushed it. We're over the 1K mark. We're matching up to 1K. Actually, screw it. If we get to 2K, I'll match up to 2K. But we got to get to 2K. I'm already matching the 1K. I will match a full 2K if we get to that part. So, again, this school better have like freaking gold-plated playground by the time we're done. Anyways, that's it. So thank you very much. There you go. So winners, Jordan freaking Hicks, man, the pride of Texas. Hook 'em, baby. Is Texas back? No, but Jordan Hicks certainly is. Led the team in tackles with 10. Also had that interception, which wasn't an easy play. Like it was sort of like tracking down a shallow pop fly if you're the second baseman. It was great. Also had the touchdown scoop and score, and it was fantastic, man. Also, so Jordan Hicks deservedly man of the match. Also, needs some defensive player of the week consideration. Also, Daniil the Real Deal Hunter had 2 sacks and a bunch of pressures. One of the pressures led to the interception, as well as, he's got 8 sacks through 6 games. Absolutely phenomenal, man. Winner number 3, jumping Josh Metellus. Guys, first career sack, great time for it. The strip sack resulted in a touchdown, 8 sacks, 2 tackles for a loss, 3 quarterback hits, and he was the bane of Justin Fields' existence throughout most of the day. Josh Metellus was fantastic all the way around. Absolutely love to see it. DJ Wanham was great as well. Had himself a sack and a couple of pressures, 4 tackles as well, plus a tip pass. And with Marcus Davenport looking like he's going to miss some time again, I think that Wanham has a golden opportunity to be that number 2 edge rusher. Byron Murphy Jr., where, Murph has had a tough go of it so far this season, and, fans rightfully so have given him some stick, but I think he did a relatively very good job on DJ Moore today. Moore got loose for that one third down catch, but that's sort of whatever at this point. And Murph had the interception and overall did well, especially like sniffing out screens and things like that. Caleb Evans, even though Evans got called for that big DPI, which was not. Isn't Evans allowed to jump up simultaneously and knock that ball away? And if there's a little bit of grabbing, there's a little bit of grabbing. Jalen Johnson didn't get called for clearly grabbing KJ. I don't know. But Evans, 7 tackles and a forced fumble. I think if he can stay healthy, he can be an absolute stud in this league. Speaking of absolute studs, so Jordan Addison stepped up nicely in the absence of wide receiver 1, Justin Jefferson. 3 catches for 28 yards and a touchdown on 5 targets. Now, would I like to see a little bit more? Like if he would have brought in that one sideline grab, that would have been just like, nah. But overall, really nice outing in his first real action as wide receiver 1. KJ stepped up nicely too. KJ... I love me some KJ Osborne. I think he's a good dude. I love what he stands for. I love the work that he puts in. And we've seen KJ be a great asset in this passing game. He's sort of struggled the first couple of games, but today got right. 4 catches for 48 yards on 5. A couple nice third down conversions as well. Ryan Wright, Yeah, Boomer got after it. 49.8 yard average, long 63. Field position was big in this ugly game. CJ Ham helped out with the tush push, some nice pass block pickups as well. Plus did good things on special teams. Brian Flores versus Fields, like Justin Fields, even though he got a handful of rushing yards, like overall he was in jail most of the day. Had 4 sacks, got the pick, and I mean Flores, it was nice. It was really nice what he did here. And then Justin Jefferson, again. Superstars who have injuries, some players don't make trips. Some players just stand on the sidelines and not engage. But you saw JJ on the sideline, like he was chatting it up with Addison and KJ, and he was working with McCardle. And he was obviously very dialed in pregame. And he wasn't just there to be there. He wasn't pouting. He wasn't feeling sorry for himself. He wasn't crying in the breast milk. I mean, Justin Jefferson was a leader, and that's why he wears that Captain C on his chest, man. Losers from the game. So the block PAT, it's just not good, just lack of execution. And also it looked like that 1 point was going to come back and bite the Vikings in the ass. Joseph had that miss. Yeah, it was a long field goal, and yes, he did make 50-plus yarders earlier, so it's sort of a wash there. Greg Joseph's done pretty well this year. The Kirk Cousins backwards pass. So that play was a comedy of errors. First off, Hawkinson and Oliver just completely did not block 95. And so he gets a free rush on Kirk. And, I mean, Kirk's got to know that's a live ball. I mean, just sometimes you just got to eat it. And that was just really stupid of Kirk. And Kirk overall has played well this year, but that was just an absolutely inexcusable play. And Akers tried his best to shoo it out of bounds since he couldn't get a clean recovery, and the Vikings did get bailed out there, but still cost some yardage. Kevin O'Connell's play calling, I understand, like, it's a way different ball game without Justin Jefferson, and you're just getting your feet wet here, but, I mean, it was just really herky-jerky, fits and starts, helter-skelter. You had 220 yards of offense and only 13 points against one of the worst defenses in the league. I don't care there was no JJ. I don't care that the Bears defense got healthy. I don't care that it was on the road and in division. You got to have more than that. I mean, frankly, the defense bailed your ass out today. Game management at halftime. So how many times have the Vikings either had to burn a timeout or had to delay a game because of getting the play call in? It's inexcusable, and it's something that O'Connell and Kirk Cousins have to streamline because it's really kicking the team in the ass. Also, lack of halftime adjustments where it seems like the script goes well, but once you punch and you have to take a counter punch, I mean, you're not adjusting well. And that's something that comes down to experience. It's something that comes down to game management that squarely is on Kevin O'Connell's shoulders. Hawkinson, bro. Even though Hawkinson did end up with a decent day statistically, notably that 2-minute drive before the half, Hawkinson ended up with 6 catches for 50 yards on 8 targets. Did have another big-time drop, which would have picked up a first or a second and forever, and also had that missed block. Also had that holding penalty on 3rd down, which he didn't need to hold. He could have just washed Jalen Johnson out and allowed Madison to make a read and cut inside. Speaking of Madison or Hawkinson, with JJ gone, like TJ has to step up. He has to be that guy, and I don't know what it is, but he's got 5 drops so far this year. He only had 3 all of last season with the Vikings, and I don't know if it's mental or if he's got the yips or something like that, but he's got to step up, man. Madison as well, where it's like Madison and Hawkinson are having a running battle. It's like who can drop the ball more. But Madison was relatively inefficient in the run game as well. 18 totes for 44, 2.4 yards per carry. And it may be a spot where, I mean, maybe Cam Akers needs to start getting some work. A lot more of a man. Ivan Pace Jr., it's unfortunate, man, but if you watch the game, like Ivan Pace missed a fistful of tackles, as well as like he was making bad reads on read options with Foreman and Fields, but he'll bounce back. And also, I think the Vikings should and could use him more as a pass rusher, especially with Davenport out. So Pace, even though we had to put him on the list, he'll be fine. Our run defense was no bueno. 162 yards allowed on the ground, 4.5 yards per carry. Deonta Foreman and Darrington Evans actually did some good work there. The Flores defense against Bagent, Tyson Bagent comes in cold, got next to 0 practice reps. It goes 10 for 14 for 83. Also runs in a touchdown. And overall, I mean, he looked good. He looked way better than Justin Fields. And I don't buy that, well, the Vikings defense didn't prepare for him. It's Tyson Bagent. It's a rookie UDFA quarterback. And he frankly, I 100% thought that he was going to lead that game-winning touchdown drive. I did, but the Vikings defense, for whatever reason, started playing soft, and you can't have that, man. Lastly, the refs. So the refs. They gave the Vikings a bonus in that they didn't bonus on the Kirk Cousins backwards pass because Edwards didn't have a clear recovery in bounds. But the Evans DPI was ridiculous. The C.J. Ham grounding, especially at that stage of the game where the Vikings needed a drive, but instead went 3-and-out, went pass. But C.J. Ham, he's an eligible receiver. It does not matter that he was engaged in blocking. It really doesn't. Where you could say, like, well, he threw it over C.J. Ham's head. They generally don't penalize you for poor throws, right? And it was in the vicinity. So, and that was a penalty that killed the Vikings. It made it 2nd and 20. Lost it down and spot foul, where it's just game-changing calls goes against the Vikings. Crazy, man. But anyways, doesn't matter. But a win is a win, and got a handful of takeaways, and it's just, I don't know, like, the Niners obviously just losing. They prove that they can get got, and I think that the energy at US Bank Stadium is going to be loud and proud, and the Vikings are 2-4, want some more, and if the Vikings can shock the world on Monday night, that'll be beautiful. Obviously going up the greasy grimy Green Bay Packers before Halloween, getting a win there would be par for the course. The Falcons can be beat. The Saints are whatever. The Broncos can obviously get beat, and they got the Bears again. I think the Vikings could put together a very nice little mini run head into the bye, and then they got the Raiders. So let's go. Let's go, man. But that's it. That's it. Your thoughts are thoughts on winners and losers from the Vikings-Bears game. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But next time, Skol, production value.